Welcome to Beyond the Box.
Our guests are insiders that are now out and on our side, dropping nuclear intel and breaking it down just for you.
And now it's time to introduce our hosts, Brenda Lankridge and Suzanne Haunt. Join us and subscribe for weekly shows. Beyond the Box begins now. Let's jump in.
Hi everybody, welcome back. We have got another special show tonight. About the heart-wrenching stuff that's going on over there in North Carolina. So we have Nadine with us tonight. And today I hope everybody's had a really good day, as best as possible. It's a brand new year coming up. Everything's going to be better. Just got to keep that hope. So hello, Denise, Norma, everybody out there. So first, I want to start with our prayer. And so, Father, I ask that you continuously give hope and safety to the people in North Carolina and everywhere else that was affected, Tennessee, Florida, and our victims out there in Oklahoma with the tornadoes. We have so much going on in this world, and we understand that there has to be a rebirth. So we just ask that as many people as possible, that you can just keep us all safe. And Lord, we thank you for everything that you do already. It's amazing. There are lots of miracles happening, and we thank you for them. And we ask the safety of everybody on this show, people in the chat, people watching, everybody out there at home. And we ask this in Jesus' name. And we are going to go ahead and start bringing out people. I've got Steve with us, and he's on the road, y'all. And then we've got Mr. Dr. Gonzo Bing Bong with us tonight.
Hello. Bing Bong. Bing Bong.
Bing Bong, Bing Bong. And then we have got Nadine. Hi, Nadine. Hey, Nadine, guess what?
What?
Trump won.
No way.
Isn't that amazing?
I was undecided till the very last second.
I bet you were. So since the last time that you were here with us, I know that you've been working with a bunch of people, and Jeff and Esginon, he's been in there trying to get you guys, help you guys. Thank God for him. He's got a pretty big reach, so I'm glad that you got hooked up with him on this matter.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do everything that we can from a little people's point of view, because we're the little people.
There are no such thing as little people.
Oh, they exist. They exist. That's actually the preferred nomenclature now.
Yeah.
I'm playing.
But so I understand there's been quite a few things going on. Would you like to tell everybody what's happening or what you've gotten an update on?
So we've actually had some really good connections. I don't remember from the last conversation things I told you. So if I'm repeating myself, just say that I've already told you. But some of the people who reached out to us, we have a man from Illinois who reached out to us that is donating all of our printing needs. And it's a lot. It's a lot. You know, he's printing signs and car magnets, banners. He did a beautiful banner that Jeff used this weekend. Got that out to him overnight because of the event that they just had this weekend that I'll talk about. Business cards, letterhead, posters, all kinds of stuff. Really, really great man. He connected me with Justin Carpenter. Don't know if you know who Justin Carpenter is.
I do not.
He was, I don't know if he's still on. I just remember him from being on with Charlie Freak.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I was on his show a couple nights ago and with his audience, and I believe I will be meeting him after Thanksgiving when I go down. He wants to go down at the same time and like meet up with us, and so he's really on board with trying to help us. Another man reached out from Kentucky. He has a race car and he uses it for events. And so I think it was today he was at a veterans event parade. And so his trailer, he got our logo put on his trailer. So that was pretty cool to see, you know. Nice. So, and he's got, you know, a lot of contacts that they're trying to get on board with us and help us. We had a young woman in her early 30s reach out to us. She's really good with websites and all of the social media. So she did a beautiful little TikTok of the photos and videos and everything from the event from this weekend. I literally cried twice. I watched it twice and cried twice. It was beautiful. So she's been incredible. But yeah, people have been just popping out kind of everywhere. When we have a need, it just seems to happen. Everything's falling into place. But there was a group.
It was meant to be for you to be there helping them.
Yeah, there was a group from Georgia that was just up and fed everyone. They fed 1,000 people.
Wow.
They brought up a big smoker. So they had all the fixins and the smoked meat. That was a 2-day event. So people are really starting to step up, you know, which is a good thing. Jeff told me today that when he was there, he got $1,000 donation from someone. So wow. that was pretty wild. So we've gotten in donations so far on our link. I didn't check today, but the last I checked, it was a little over $4,000. Nice. So, you know, we're getting there. Yeah. You know, it's a drop in the bucket in comparison to what is needed down there, but it is, our name's getting out there and people are, you know, starting to get to know us and following us. So that's good. Yes. Yeah, there's different shenanigans going on in the area. I can't talk a whole lot about yet. But one thing I can say, FEMA is continuing to interfere. They took a contact that Jeff had and wanted to help. And basically somehow, we don't know the details, but somehow coerced him into not continuing the help and signing on with them. So we don't know all the details, but they're no longer at play. So
yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. So FEMA, yeah, there's around even that story is what I can talk to you, you know, another time after I get some confirmations on some things.
Right.
But the stuff that's going on there will need to be addressed
Definitely.
and put out there. 'Cause, I mean, I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So, yeah. So Jeff is supposed to be going on with 3 other people tomorrow night on SG. So I'm pretty anxious to hear that, on his show, to get some stuff out there. And then after that, I'll be able to talk about some stuff.
Good. Okay.
Awesome. It's progress.
So, yes. And it's one day at a time, one step at a time.
Yeah.
Especially when you're going around our government.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to do a little bit of tiptoeing here and there. You can get loud, but you still got to tiptoe.
Yeah.
Because it's
starting a nonprofit not easy either. It's
got to figure out different ways to maneuver around things.
Even when there's a need and it's a good cause, sometimes it's hard to get people to commit. Yeah. But it will. It will. Like it sounds like you guys are doing a great job. Like.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, a lot of people are scared. That's another thing that, I found out, that people aren't reaching out for help because they're afraid to.
Sure. They don't know who to trust.
And that has to do it has to do with FEMA.
Yeah.
So,
they don't know who to trust. And, like people that want to help and then FEMA gets their hands on them. You can't let them back in again because you don't know what they've signed, what they've been told to do, so I can understand. It's got to be pretty hard for them to be out there and being bunkered down somewhere so that nobody finds them because they don't know who to trust.
Yeah.
So.
And that's why I know, with Jeff and Donnie, they're doing such a great job getting out into the community and meeting the people. And as they're doing that, people are starting to get to know them and trust them. And word spreads fast.
Yes.
Especially when everybody knows everybody, sort of thing.
Sure.
So that's a lot. What I'm going to try to do when I get down there is get into the communities, talk to the people, let them just get to see firsthand, who we are, what we're about, giving them contact information, making sure that they know and understand that we're here, we're not going anywhere. And, Jeff, actually, I know that I didn't get to tell you this. Jeff got a piece of land donated. It's like, I think it's 3 or 4 acres. So tomorrow morning, he's moving his camper from Bulladine into the Green Mountain area. And they've already been working on the plot of land, clearing things out. And my friend Will, he already has his sawmill. He brought his sawmill. So they're going to mill wood. People can get the trees there. They're going to mill it for free. And they got free building materials.
Yes.
So.
Great. That works out well. Yeah, we haven't seen Will for a little while in the chat, so we know he's down there and he's hard at work.
Yeah, he's definitely busy.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's going home for Thanksgiving. So I don't know how which day he's leaving, but he's going to be home for Thanksgiving and then he's coming back. So I'll actually get to see him, when I go down, which will be nice because, him living in Texas and me in Pennsylvania, it's a little hard, but,
True.
We communicate, regularly, but it's not the same as when you actually get to see each other in person.
Yeah.
So.
Tommy, did you have something that you wanted to ask or say?
Yeah, I was going to say, my friend John that I mentioned when we're chatting back and forth, is interested in starting or doing something, putting together a team for some of the disaster relief.
Mm-hmm.
And I have yet to get the whole kind of rundown. But he's a really intelligent guy, good person. He's a Marine, and he builds homes.
Awesome.
So he also, with me as an artist, I'm not sure if he's wanting to put together, something to go out and do concerts,
Right.
to raise, which that's something I did with my nonprofit. Like our national outreach was music for mental health awareness.
Mm-hmm.
So something that we could put together if you guys wanted to collaborate on something like that.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I have a friend that I actually met through through Facebook, and we do video calls now. She's in Canada, and she's adopting the Foxhole Foundation in her country. She was an entertainer up there, and they're trying to actually get some sort of concert or something going to raise money for us.
Cool.
And they don't know half of what's really going on in that country. When her and I were talking, she said, yeah, they're reporting here that only 90 some people died. And I'm like, oh gosh, not even close.
Yeah, John said it's in the South, in Asheville alone.
In all honesty, between all of the areas, I believe it's in the tens of thousands.
I believe it. Because
just in the area where we were, they were saying there's 4,600.
Crazy.
So, and at that time, like 2 weeks ago, at that time, less than 290 had been recovered.
Wow.
So, they're definitely not letting that out.
Yeah. And this is so much harder because the media will not on it, and they won't tell the truth.
No.
So it makes it so hard. But yet you have, people like us that are trying to get it out there, not for any gain other than the fact to help these people.
Right.
But yet we're treated like it's so wrong.
Oh,
we
yeah.
should not be doing this.
Yeah.
And that is just, it's not right.
Yeah.
It's sickening, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, our government wants that land.
Oh yeah.
John said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
He said the mines are coming in and the developers are coming in, and there's in some ways there's nothing we can do to stop that, but we can if we're strategic, we can work with them to help guide the process so that it doesn't. Yeah.
Well, once some things come to light here tomorrow night, I'll have some bombs to unload.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? Give me a holler. I can throw on a special show and we can just get on there.
Okay.
It's not a big deal to me.
Yeah. And this is not conspiracy theory. This is literally firsthand knowledge.
Right. Right.
So.
Yeah.
And I know there's videos that are going around that people out there are
posting. I have a question for you, Mona.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Steve.
Could you elaborate more on that individual that was trying to help and then got coerced by FEMA? I'd like to hear a little more about that situation.
The one that
like others can know what to expect.
Okay, so this was an elderly man. He was a vet. I believe he's disabled. He's in a wheelchair. He has a daughter who was helping. She also has some health problems and things, but they were trying to help their community. They were trying to become another sort of distribution center. So they had places where they can store a lot of goods for people that's close to them can come and take what they need. He also had a plot of land across the road from him that he wanted to put a road in, like a little road or whatever in there with some buildings and things, and become a bigger distribution center. So my friend Jeff was talking with him about that, was telling him that he has connections and construction people on the line, were, getting all those things organized, and said that we would be able to help him fulfill his dream, because he said that's his dream, to be able to do that and to help people. And part of something that I can't really discuss right now, but there's another aspect of this story. But somebody caught wind of that and contacted FEMA, and the next day FEMA did something. We don't know what. We don't know if they offered money. Like, we don't know. But they are now involved with FEMA, and that whole thing is not happening now.
Yeah.
So they want the supplies. They have to move everything out, and it's not happening now. And so I actually this morning, got a message from the daughter asking if we can supply from our foundation generators, I think it was heaters and shop vacs, a couple other things. And Jeff replied and said, we can't, because you're involved with FEMA now, and we can't jeopardize anybody that's involved with FEMA.
So Tracy out here says that there was whistleblowers that came forward and said that don't help people with Trump signs in their yard. Problem with this, Tracy, is a lot of those people out there don't even have yards anymore.
Yeah.
So, and right now, this is not a political thing. Now, we know the government is doing things, but this is a
humanity thing.
Yes.
We need to help. There's no politics involved in this. We don't ask anybody what their political affiliation is or what their religion is or anything. We don't care. These people and families and children need homes, and winter's coming. They need shelter. You can't live in a tent all winter long. If it snows, a tent is not going to hold snow.
Especially in Western North Carolina.
Yeah. So you know, like people need to understand that when it's out of sight, it's out of mind. The media is not talking about them anymore at all, it seems. We have to keep them in the forefront so people remember that while you're sitting in your nice, comfy home, whatever it is, an apartment, a trailer, a house, it doesn't matter. You know, you're comfortable, and these people are not. You know, there's so many children, you know, that don't have, you know, they don't have a home. So we have to think about those things. And the government is not there for these people. They are against these people. They're doing everything to hinder what people like us are doing.
Oh, yeah.
So we have to be the ones that are strong enough to tell them to pound sand, right? And that we're gonna help them. And that's why, you know, we have to get personal with them, which is why I want to go down again so they can see my face. I can hug them or shake their hand and talk to them face to face so they know that we are real people and that our hearts are in this to help them and that we're not going anywhere. We're willing to do whatever we can. We obviously need the funds to do that, which is why, you know, I'm reaching out to everybody, you know, with our foundation to donate. If you can donate, I don't care if it's $5, donate $5. You know, I say it all the time, you know, our nation, there's 340 some million people in our country. Donate $5. Right. You know, when instead of, you know, a lot of people, you know, doing a little bit, it always seems to land on a little bit of people doing a lot. You know, and so we have to get rid of that mentality in our country. We have to stop the division and come together and decide what is important to you. If you were in this situation, wouldn't you want somebody lifting you up? Wouldn't you want people rallying around you and making sure that you're safe and your children have a home, you know, and they've got clothing and they've got a warm bed and they got food in their bellies? You know, this is what we have to start thinking about. We have to stop, you know, this mentality of, you know, everybody for themselves, you know, because one day it comes back. It comes back, good and bad. When you do good, good comes back. When you're selfish, it comes back. You know, you're going to be in a situation someday and you're not going to have somebody because, you know, you're not putting it out.
That's right.
You know, my friend in Nashville said, that after the floods, that the outpouring of help amongst neighbors, and he said there was no political
Right.
party.
Yeah.
It was just, and it was Asheville's pretty progressive
Mm-hmm.
community, and there was there's definitely all of that divisiveness that you see,
Mm-hmm.
it just was gone.
Yeah.
I mean, with the exception of the stuff that's coming out about female helping one political candidate's supporters, but within the community itself, it's that spirit's there,
Right.
and it's something that it's oftentimes it requires a crisis for people to realize,
Yeah.
that we're way more alike than we are different.
Mm-hmm.
And
You're right.
And those you got a good thing going, and it's a humanitarian crisis, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And the news cycle is ridiculously just out of touch with it. That's all like projected programming for the masses as a way to keep people on the even keel, but also keep them traumatized with enough violence.
Mm-hmm.
And enough fear. And that's that's basically, ladies and gentlemen, what this comes down to.
Yeah.
Our government, FEMA, all of that, they're putting fear into everybody,
Mm-hmm.
so that they don't want to step forward in everything. We did this back when 9/11 happened. Everybody came together. People came from everywhere to help. There was a lot going on. Not as big as it is now, but there was something there. It was unity. It didn't matter what color you were. Didn't matter who you voted for. Didn't matter. None of that mattered.
Yeah.
It was everybody working together. But somewhere down the line between then and now, we forgot that.
We forgot it, because our media has divided us in a million ways.
Yeah, it's wedge politics.
Yeah.
Divide and conquer.
So
our media and our government is a cancer. It is cancer.
It is.
And we need to be the ones to destroy that cancer and start caring again about each other and agree to disagree.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
we are allowed to disagree.
Tracy, you are correct. You are definitely correct.
And
we
the
have
media,
billions of dollars going to other countries when our country is in need, and we're not getting it. But that goes on line what I say. Our government hates us. They don't like us. They want this to be a third world country. They can get in there and they can land grab. They can do whatever they want to do. And like I told everybody last night, this is happening because it's all of our faults, our parents' faults, our grandparents' faults. Because when the government did something small, everybody said, "Oh, that damn government," and they let it go. Nobody did anything to fix it.
Little by little.
Yep, they took that.
How they do it.
Grab that file, and it's sad. So I'm really, really hoping, and I've been praying about this. At this time, nobody forgets, because it is us against them, and there's a lot more of us than there are of them. No matter how many times they try to take people out, there are still more of us than there are of them. And we have to, it's on us. Trump is somebody who, he can stand in front of us, but guess what? He's not going to be able to do it all. We have to help.
It's not necessarily the government. It's people within the government, and that are working as emissaries of larger powers.
Yes.
The central bank, the Fed, the secret societies.
Yep. Now
And the media is it's a parrot of whatever the CIA is.
Right. Yeah. It starts with education. People have to be willing to educate themselves instead of being so brainwashed and just believing what they're told. You know, we have to start using our brains again. We're so used to, oh, well, you know, if the media is telling us, it's because they already did the homework. No, they don't. You know,
they get a fax that tells them what to talk about.
Yeah. Maybe they used to do their homework and actually report it. I don't remember a time when they did, because I never trusted them. But, you know, there's a lot of things that I learned in the past 5 years that I would have thought 5 years ago that if somebody was telling me that, they were crazy. Just like I know people look at me and think I'm crazy, and that's okay. I don't care. I can handle it. But I stand firm on what I know, because I've done the work. I've taken the thousands and thousands of hours in 5 years to look into things, to stop watching the media and going down that road, and actually going down the rabbit holes and finding the information. And people are just too lazy to do that. They either are too lazy to do that, or they just don't want to know the truth because it's too hard to know the truth.
There is that.
I have a
So,
question for you.
you know, and it is hard. It's to know what they're doing to children. That's the hardest, you know. But if we keep turning a blind eye because it's too hard to know, too hard to see, well, imagine being that child, or imagine being a parent of that child. Well, if it was you, if it was your child, wouldn't you want to scream it from the rooftops for people to know?
That's right.
And to do something? It's the only way we're going to fix things.
Right. Steve has a question. Go ahead, Steve.
Norma, could you share again with our audience the numbers? Like, the immensity of this, I think, is something that a lot of people are avoiding trying to conceptualize. But like I can't even know. I don't know how to even phrase this question. But like you said numbers before of how many people were missing. I guess a follow up to that is, how many crews do you know of in the area working with you, and how many do you think overall are currently helping? Just so we know how widespread this is.
So in the area where we were and where Jeff is still at, between Bulladine and Green Mountain, I said he's moving to Green Mountain area tomorrow. I'm going to stay there. There have been crews down there, but nothing like it should be. Our military should be there. The military should be there trying to find these bodies, and they're not. There are small pockets of groups. There was a man, I don't know if he's still there, because I knew he was going back home soon, but he came out from California to search and recover. And he was there when I was down. So he was there probably 3 to 4 weeks. So along with him, my friend Dawnie, which is Jeff's wife, she had gone out with the crew. I don't remember how many, maybe 4 or 5 people. These are volunteers. These aren't like people of organizations from our government coming in to try to recover these bodies. I mean, these are people. This is families. These are, like, I think, like, if it was my family, I want to know where they are. I want to recover them.
Right.
You know, so you think just in that area to have 4,600 people missing, you know, they're not living. It's too long.
Yeah.
You know, and who knows if they'll ever be found. It's very possible that they won't. But they should at least be trying.
What do you think is the best way to network to help find people who are still missing and may still be alive?
Oh, man. Honestly, I don't see how anybody could still be alive at this point. I really don't. There's so many areas that you can't even get to. and without food and water, I mean, they're, you know, I don't even remember what day the storm, like when this was, but it's been at least a month, right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine anybody at this point being alive.
Yeah, I'm sorry to put you on the spot with that question.
No, that's okay.
I was
I
curious.
just in my heart, I just don't think there are any.
Yeah. Norma said that there's a guy named, what is it, Louis Hermans. He's a founder of a thing called Screw the Big Government. I think that he does, is it Norma that he does stuff like this and goes out and helps? And maybe he might already know, might already be there. It's a big place and they're just covering smaller portions of it. They need help with more people to help cover the rest of it, you know. Like she said, our military should be out there. But right now, they're so little, so much. They've been broke down.
I saw, when I was down there, I saw probably less than 10 National Guard. And we covered a lot of area. We were in a lot of places.
Yeah. What was that, Tommy?
I said, you know, I'd be willing to go down to help, you know, with the recovery effort and like to build if they, you know, I've got construction background.
Yeah.
But also public speaking and PR. I'm really good at PR.
Mm-hmm.
When I had the nonprofit organization, we didn't have very many donations at all in the beginning, and I was able to slowly over the course of 3 or 4 years utilize just my relationship that I have with different television stations and producers, and, you know, writers and stuff across the state of Virginia. I was able to parlay positive press about what we're doing in a way that really helped and started to get the ball rolling with people supporting what we're doing. So
we gotta help Dr. Gonzo Bing Bong here get some stuff done to his vehicle, so he's got a running vehicle so he can get down there.
Yeah.
That's where he's stuck at. He's been wanting to go. He's been telling me he wants to go and help, and he would like to meet up with you down there and go and help. But his vehicle is in bad shape right now.
Yeah.
So he needs to get that up and running so he can get down there and, you know, help.
It was hitting my driveway sometime in the middle of the night last night. Somebody, yeah, back to tell light out.
Tommy lives in CIA capital of the world, so, and he's a very targeted individual. So, so yeah, it's kind of rough for him.
Yeah. Well, I plan on oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm going to challenge everyone watching here tonight that to donate at least 20 to helping people in North Carolina. 5 is great, but I know that I spend $20 very easily month to month. So if one person can go do that, I'm just asking that right now. So thank you in advance.
Yeah.
Thank you. We are definitely Nadine pulling for you guys and your organization and everybody down there and all the people that are down there helping. It's so heartwarming to know that there are good people still. And it shows, you know. Lately with all the things that have been going on, it's like, oh my God, where are all the people that care?
Yeah.
Well, there they are. And we're here. We care. We want to help. We want to do what we can. I used to do search and rescue, and I can't do that anymore. And it actually hurts me that I can't, because trust me, I'd have been in my little old stick shift car, and I don't care. I'd have been driving down there because that thing had great stamina, even though it was like 20 years old. But I can't do that stuff anymore. So being here is what I can do.
Yeah.
And you know, doing everything that I can to try to put it out. We did a show the other night, and we had put Tommy's friend's stuff up for the heaters, and we put your donation slot back out again, and we talked about that. So it's there are so many of us that want to help, and it really sucks because I know what they're thinking. Our government, FEMA, well, we keep these people down so much, and we interfere in their money, and we we make everything so high people can't afford to put gas in their car. So who's going to help these people? Well, where there is a will, there is a way, and come hell or high water, people are going to help, and we don't care what they say.
Yeah.
And that's just the way we have to look at it. Because if we don't help, the people don't help, we have nobody else to rely on.
Government hates companies, especially when you're more efficient than they are.
Yeah.
I mean, I ran into that with the nonprofit stuff, with the Heart of Virginia Foundation mental health stuff. I mean, NAMI, National Organization for or National Advancement for, or it's the mental health organization, this national, kind of the largest one in the United States. I was trying to work with them and had some ideas for outreach and stuff, and they didn't want anything. They wanted me to just submit my story to them, and so we had created these 3 different branches of outreach, and they took those 3 branches, not the names. They changed the names, but they took the 3 delineations and created stuff around it. So and scabbing people, that stuff happens too. Like it can be tricky. Sometimes you got to hold your cards close. Just from my own experience with the they say all good deeds don't go unpunished. Or a good deed never goes unpunished. Yeah. Sorry.
And Tracy, we do have a donation thing up for the FQXHOLE Foundation, which is what Nadine is helping in, and for donations. And if there are people that want to get together and go down there and help, you can always contact Nadine on Facebook and get with her. She might be able to hook you up with other people that might be going that way. And because we know that a lot of people, it's hard sometimes for individuals to go because you just can't afford things anymore. But if you get a group of people that want to go, and everybody throws in together for gas, and everybody goes, it's any little bit at this point right now helps.
Yeah.
If the only thing you can do is paint, well, there's going to be need for people to do that. They've got Amish communities down there trying to build tiny homes for these people, like shed buildings, so that they can house them in there for the winter. And they're even helping out there. And I heard something funny the other night. Somebody had said, if Texas would hire Amish people to build the wall, it would be done the next night.
It would be.
I agree.
Great craftsmanship.
Yeah, excellent.
And it would stand for centuries.
Yes, actually, you are so correct. Those people, I think they are just born with the knowledge to build.
Yeah.
It's in their DNA. So they're wonderful people.
Yeah.
But so everybody is trying what they can to help, and we're trying to get a lot of things going, and we're hoping that the word is going to get out. I'm going to set Nadine up. Steve is going to end up doing a show on his podcast with Nadine so that it goes out. Glenn's going to set up a show with her so that he can get it put out to his audience. I would like to try to get a hold of Rob, Tommy, to see if Rob can set aside SSP people one night so that he can try to get Nadine on. Because the more of a reach that we have, and we all have different subscribers and different people that watch.
Yeah. Totally.
So the more people that we can get this stuff out to, the farther it goes, the better off everybody will be. So,
and if everybody could follow us on Facebook, it's FQXHOLE Foundation, and it's FQXHOLE Foundation. You can see every day things that are happening. every day things are posted, pictures are posted, videos are posted of what's going on down there. We don't post anything just to post it. It's literally the things that are going on, the people that are there, little interviews with people that are there, all that kind of stuff. Jeff's really good with updating pretty much throughout the day as well. And you can message us on there as well if you have a question, or he's been getting to know some other organizations that are working down there, that there is a need, or you want to help with something, and it's not something that we do. He may know somebody else, to send you to. If we don't know somebody, we'll still try to figure it out, because we want people to come down. We want people to help. So if we have to take time to kind of search out whatever you're wanting to do and see where we can place you, or find somebody local, we're willing to help with that.
Right. It is, the foxhole is spelled FQX. That's done on purpose. And this is about the people that are in North Carolina, helping them to rebuild. And they've got so much wrong going on down there. FEMA has been giving them a very hard time, and they're just doing such bad things. And so basically a bunch of people, Nadine and their foundation, have gotten together. They're going down there. They're helping people. They've got volunteers, and they're trying to help build and all this stuff. Yeah, FEMA, they're FEMA bad, okay? But I've known that for years.
Yeah.
When they had problems in Florida, when they had big old hurricanes go through there was reports of just them going in there and going through people's houses because they were evacuated from there, stealing stuff, their guns, everything. And I mean, it's sad that you're going to want to work for an organization that helps people, and then it all goes down the line of, we're not here to help anybody but ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So I see she is asking about that with FEMA. No, FEMA is not good. So there's so much going on with them. Like I said, people are afraid to accept help, because if they signed on with FEMA and they accept help from somewhere else, they will be dropped if they are found out. So for example, we've had a couple of campers donated to us that we delivered to families. So if somebody had signed up for FEMA help, and FEMA found out that you just took a camper from us, then they will drop you. So what sense does that make? If FEMA is out there to actually help the people, then don't you think they would welcome people like us with open arms to help them out? It's not about helping the people.
You think that?
And Red Cross, I tell people all the time too, please do not donate to the Red Cross.
Yep. Don't do it. It does not go to help the people. I will tell you right now, I know that for a fact.
Yep.
So
it's another evil organization.
Yep.
Unfortunately, a lot of it.
So somebody's asking if they donate money, how will the people get it? Is that what she's asking? Because it just moved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and explain how that.
Okay. So this is what we're doing. The money that we get, we show on a daily basis kind of what we're doing down there. We look for families who are in need. So what we're about is helping a family in what they need, not what we think they need. Okay. So if a family says, we need a generator, then money goes and we get a generator. If they need clothing, if they need food, they can get that from the centers. And they've actually delivered to people who have trouble getting out. So if they need building supplies, we will purchase building supplies, you know. So it's going, you'll get to see on a regular basis through our Facebook page what we're doing with that money. You know, you're probably not going to get to see a receipt. We're not going to be like, oh, we spent this much on this thing, because that's just too much to deal with, you know. But we want to be as transparent as possible, and we want you to see the work that's being done every day.
Right. And they're very transparent. You can go on to either Nadine's Facebook or the Facebook for the FQXHOLE Foundation. They list everything that they're doing. They give updates all the time. Every time Nadine finds out some good information, then people will have her on their shows, and we put it out. One of the shows, if you guys would like to, and if you have a Rumble, you can go to SG and on. He's doing a whole lot to help Nadine and their organization get things out, get things across to people. So
on Tuesday at 1 o'clock, I'll be on another show. It's with Chad Gracie from Live. Mm-hmm. It's called The Gracious 2. So I'll be on that. I know his mom, and he reached out to his mom to see if I would go on his show. So that's on Tuesday.
That's good. Yeah. We're trying to get this out there, folks. These people need help. They need the American help.
Yeah.
The American way, the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Us helping each other.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all we got, man. I cannot stress it enough. We are all we have. And it doesn't matter what state you're from, doesn't matter what race you are, it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter who you voted for. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares right now. It is people that live in America, and we're all Americans.
Mm-hmm.
That's us. We all bleed the same color red. Mm-hmm. We all cry the same tears. And it has to come from us.
Yeah.
And yeah, Tennessee's been having some trouble too. I've been hearing an awful lot about that. So we all pitch in and do everything that we can. And like I said, we're going to try to spread Nadine as thin as she can go on some of these shows, so that we can reach everybody and we can get this all put out from all walks of life.
Yeah.
Because it has to be put out by us. Our media is not doing it. You know, in 2007, there was a executive order that was signed that it was okay for the media to cause propaganda.
Yep.
And that's what they do. They inflict fear. They keep people in fear. They only put out so much. They do not tell the truth. They don't put everything out that people need to hear. They've done already basically dropped South Carolina. I barely ever, or North Carolina, I barely ever hear anything. Nothing. You know, and it's even when the hurricanes were going through, they talked a little bit about Florida. They talked a little bit about this. But you know what I didn't want? And even though they're considered another country, I didn't once hear about that same hurricane that hit Cat 5 and wiped out Acapulco, Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's just, they're another country, but they're attached to us, for crying out loud. Everything that hits them, that's going to hit us.
Right.
So they're not putting this information out. And it's so frustrating, you know.
Because it would highlight what they're doing there in going in with the land grab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the corporations wanting the resources and the mineral rights to go in and strip mine.
And you know what's sad? If they were upfront and honest with some of these people and say it's for a actual good cause, some people might say, okay, well, look, why don't you take 5 acres of my property and you can go ahead and you can do that there. And then the next neighbor will donate 3 acres of their property. But they're not honest. They think that American people are stupid and that we can't help figure out what's right and wrong for us. And or for anything to help us. So they don't want to involve us. Well, I got news for them. I don't
They
care
don't
what
have a
country they
choice.
went to. Yeah, and in this, they're not going to have a choice because
Nope.
the people have spoken.
Yep.
Okay,
And we're not stopping.
We've
right.
been
The
designated as
obstacles that are kind of trying to be in our way right now that I'll talk about another time, we're not stopping.
Yeah. What was that, Tommy?
I said, well, like the government has designated us as the biggest threat to America.
Yeah.
And
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, there are directives, military directives that allow them to kill us, citizens in the United States, for whatever reason they determine that makes us an enemy combatant or a potential threat. And there are autonomous AI-driven drones and things already implemented, like for the last 5 years, that can track us without a cell phone or anything, and these are all like it's the Y band. That's part of it too. I mean, they don't talk about the things that are truly affecting humanity because they're supervillains for the most part. They're psychotic in their thinking.
And it is sad that they do refer to us as, the American people want to ruin our own country. No, we do not. We want to help our country. We want to care about everybody. We live here, for crying out loud. We don't want to pick up and go to other countries because you know what? People may think it's better there, but it's not.
No.
And all we want is our country to heal. All we want to do is help one another. And people people have just lost their mind. I can't even explain. I'm tired of trying to make excuses for some of the things these people do. You just can't anymore. You can't. So we just have to push on, and we have to help who we can, where we can, and do everything that we can to do this, because it's not going to get any better if we don't. Go ahead, Steve.
So let's say that somebody is ready and able to get out to you guys right now, and they want to start helping. Where would you put them first, and like what tasks would they be assigned, you think?
So we're first asking if anybody wants to come down to be self-sufficient, meaning have a camper or have somewhere to stay, because we can't house people. I mean, if we could house people, we would be housing them, Because, and the reason I'm saying that is because I have had people reach out to me wanting to go down with nowhere to stay, nowhere to go. Now, when I go down, one of the women that contacted me, I believe she's 65, she desperately wants to help. So we are actually, instead of me staying in the camper with Jeff and his wife like I did before, we have, since they are knowing people down there a little bit more, there's apparently a house where we can stay in. So I'm going to I told that woman she can just stay with us if she's okay with staying with people she's never met. And so she's going to come down after Thanksgiving and do whatever is needed. So we're trying to also find people with little plots of land who, where if somebody does come down, they could park their camper. I don't know at this point yet, the 3 or 4 acres that was donated for our foundation right now to have the sawmill and everything on. I don't know how much area is open for people. There may be some spots for camping type things. I'll find that out more with Jeff, but they know certain families now who know a lot of other people and has, that may have land. And so if they reach out to us on our Facebook page and message us, we will place them. We'll find out what their skill sets are, and then we'll find out which areas would be best for them.
I mean, I have a camper. Just I've got to get some work done on it, just to get it running. It's been a while.
Thank you.
I actually have places to stay
explaining
in
it.
Asheville.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, if a person believes in God, look in your heart and think what your responsibility may be in this. And we think, wow, we have a responsibility, right? It didn't happen. You know, I didn't do it, but we do. We have a responsibility to each other. And that's the message that I want to get through to people more than anything. We have to be responsible for each other.
Yes.
You know, that's what's been lost through the years. And we have to get that back.
Yes.
Yes.
It's by example, working, but teaching by and giving people a model of something that they a path that they haven't been shown before, because like there was a real, like the yuppies in the 80s, like they solidified it being okay to be narcissist and to be completely self-involved. And which was the opposite of how their parents were, I don't know, had conducted themselves, because they grew up during the Great Depression and through World War II, and so the communities had to come together, the nation had to come together. It was the war effort for World War II is very different than any modern war that we've seen since Korea, essentially. I mean, Vietnam a little bit, but ever since then it's basically been volunteer soldiers. There was no draft or anything. I mean, there's backdoor draft kind of, but it's so it's getting back to that mindset of community and self-sufficiency, and in regards to the community itself, people coming together, not expecting FEMA to save the day, or a social safety net to the point that it alleviates needs at a rate faster than they can be created.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's something that our country's been in the state of attrition for the last 40 years. I mean, infrastructure is crumbling. I mean, our ability to, after a natural disaster like this, just replacing the transformers to get the electricity back online. I mean, they're going to be whole like swaths of land that aren't going to have electric service anymore. Where people have homes, and they still do. There were places that survived, but because it took the electrical grid out, they can't get transformers. And they're on back order, and they're made overseas a lot of times now. And so it's not the same. The work ethic's different. It's just it's we, as my grandfather would say, we've gotten soft. And,
well, that was done by design.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing.
They're trying to save.
So,
absolutely.
we need.
I was thinking about this, Nadine, the other night. How cool would it be for us, Rob, Glenn, Steve, SG, and on to all put on a 24-hour fundraiser for everybody out there and for you guys.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this, and I thought, yeah, right. We're in. Trying to get something like that going, and just putting on like a telethon. And sit and talk about it, and show videos that are going on down there from people on the ground, and having people come in and talk about certain things that are happening, people that live there, people that are experiencing all of this, and the people that are working so hard to help everybody. I think that would be such an awesome thing.
Yeah.
I think it would be great to try to do this. Everybody's helping. donating, working, doing all this stuff. And trust me when I say this, and I can feel this, it is so greatly appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
And those people out there, individuals may not be able to jump on and say, God, we thank you so much. But you know what? The people that are working hard to do this, they're going to be the ones that are going to step in and say, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
So it does need to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. You think too, like, okay, so Thanksgiving is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
A lot to be thankful for, many of us. The people down there, thankful that they got away with their lives, right?
Yes.
Then you got Christmas coming. And I think of it like this, most of us, I know there's hard times, but most of us are still okay. You have a roof over your head, got a vehicle, you got a job, you got stuff, got food in your belly. And what better way to show the love of Christ than to help somebody who has nothing, literally nothing.
I want to see if I can get somebody to take me down to, like we have a couple of like VFWs and moose lodges down here that has a lot of vets and a lot of our biker clubs down here and all that stuff. And they're real big for helping kids.
Mm-hmm.
And see if I want to try somehow, Nadine, to get get flyers made of your logo and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then that way I can hand them out there and see if I can't, pitch the donations to help and
Right.
stuff like that. They're usually pretty good at that.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have friends down here that are in bands and some of these good old boy, biker bar things and little clubs. And maybe they can do something to help me. I'll reach out to Jeremy probably tomorrow because I think it's a little late for him now, and see if maybe they can give us a hand too. I've been trying to call these people, but it's not working like that. So I need to physically go there.
Right.
And I'm in a wheelchair. Who's going to say no to a wheelchair person and not let you come in? I'm missing a leg, for crying out loud. They ask me what happened. I can say, well, there was this one day in band camp. So I'm going to see if I can't try to get some help getting me around to be able to go and do this stuff, because this is very important.
Yeah.
It's
even people like, so people ask, well, like, what can I do? As just one person, if I can't go down and I don't have a lot of money, what can I do? So here's some things that you can do. You can tell everybody you know about us. You can point them to our direction, point them to our Facebook page so they can look into us, see what we're doing, see what we're about. You can try to recruit all of your family, all of your friends, all of your coworkers to make a donation, to literally confront and say, will you please, for me, make a donation? You can do that. So you yourself may not have the money or may only be able to donate $5, but maybe your parents or your siblings or your friends or your neighbors or your coworkers can donate, right? So then your $5 just multiplied, and that's still coming from you because you just went out and did that work to recruit those people. Because otherwise we wouldn't have that money if you didn't do that. So there are a lot of ways that people can contribute.
Fundraising, sure.
And that doesn't cost you anything. It's just your mouth speaking, getting people to understand how severe this is. What better gift to give these children than to put them in shelter?
Yeah.
To put them in a home.
A lot of them are young too, so I mean, they don't understand a lot of what's going on. They know that they have lost everything. They've lost their favorite teddy bear. Get together with some of these people, and on top of helping donate, have people get together and do a toy drive. so that
Mhm.
each kid can maybe have something to hang on to.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's so bad when you think about it. If you're a person that has never lost everything, everything in your life, then I know it's kind of hard to understand. But imagine being 5 years old
Mhm.
and not having a room to go to, not having a kitchen to sit in and eat, not having a warm bed to sit in. I mean, it's heart-wrenching stuff.
Mhm.
It is so bad. So we have to come together and help these people and share this show and any show that Nadine is on, share the crap out of it, until it reaches the other end of the world. We don't
Yeah.
care. Just share it, share it, share it, share it, share it. So people know what's going on. Share that foundation. Share it everywhere until your finger is so blue from pushing a button. Share it, share it, share it. So that's how we can help do this stuff.
And it's such a good feeling. I mean, I had a conversation today with someone who's kind of joining our team, volunteering, and I said to her that it feels good to help people, and she has trouble accepting for herself. She's in some need, and I understand her completely because I'm totally the same way. I can ask for anything for somebody else, but I can't ask for myself. And I had someone a few years ago say to me, well, how does it make you feel when you do something for somebody else? And I said, it feels really good. I really enjoy helping people. And they said, well, when somebody wants to do something for you and you tell them no, you're depriving them of that feeling.
Oh, whoa. Wow. That's kind
And
of deep.
we don't have the right to deprive someone else of having that good feeling. And so that really struck home with me. And so even though it's very uncomfortable for me to accept things for myself, I do. I just graciously accept and thank them. But that's what people can do. You're giving other people the opportunity to do something for someone to have that good feeling that they've contributed. Because if they don't know, not only about us, I mean, there's others as well trying to help. But if people don't know, they can't help, and they're putting their money in places that they shouldn't be because those places aren't helping. So just do your due diligence and look into who you're giving your money to, and that's including us. Look into us. I don't want somebody to blindly donate to us and, wonder like, oh, I don't know if it's a scam, or because it happens so often. Look into us, see what we're doing every day. You can follow me on Facebook and see what I'm about.
Right. There you go.
I'm very transparent.
And Susie has met Nadine before.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
get along very well. Yes. So
Her and I click. You just know who your people are.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just do. When you run into them or you talk to them on the phone, I have friends now that I know in my heart that they're now family. And that's what the Foxhole is. We are a family. We are a growing family. And we are all over the country now. We've met in some of the strangest ways possible. Just like, I don't know if I told you this story the last time, but Jeff and I met on Telegram.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we met through a chat. Yeah, through a chat channel. He wanted information about ivermectin, and I helped him out. I gave him tons of information.
Right.
I stayed connected with him to help him through their health needs and stuff. And we became friends that way. And then I physically met him and his wife last November when we were going out to Arkansas to where I met Susie.
Yeah. People meet, you're right, they meet in the strangest ways.
Yeah.
I mean, doing this, I have met all kinds of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I've met a lot of really good people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been an enlightening experience, let me tell you.
Yeah.
And it helped me because when I first lost my leg, I knew my life wasn't over, but I just had to do things a little differently.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, it was my right one, because had it have been my left, I'd still be out there driving around.
Mm-hmm.
But so it gave me a sense of purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, speaking with people, letting people tell their stories, helping them. A few people I have become a counselor to, and I didn't know that I actually went to school for that, but it works out well. So it's okay. But being understanding, it helps a lot. And I love a lot of these people that I have met so much.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been great knowing that there are so many people out there in North Carolina that are helping. You know, everybody's trying to pull together, but they need more. They need more people to help. They need more boots on the ground. They need everything, supplies. They need coats. They need stuff that you wouldn't even imagine. You
Mm-hmm.
know, to help keep them warm. And you know, and Nadine and them, they're trying to do that. They're trying to get heaters for these people, places for them to be. And also, if any of you out there know people that have RVs or, you know, campers, something that is going to be warm enough for these people to get into in the winter, and they want to donate, please feel free to get a hold of Nadine. She can put you in the right direction.
Yeah.
Get that out there. I know that some people are like, well, I don't know about giving my RV to people. Well, you know what? You may not use that. But once a year.
You know what? There are people that are. And I said, Jeff just delivered one yesterday or the day before. This camper was practically brand new. The people are still making payments on it, and they donated it.
Wow. How nice.
And that's on our page. That's all on our page. You can see the story and the videos and everything.
That's pretty awesome.
You can see the family that got it, you know. So, you know, there are people, I mean, our country, there's a lot of wealth in this country, you know, and so this information, you know, also needs to reach those kind of people too, you know. That it wouldn't hurt them at all to throw, you know, $10,000 out there, or a brand new camper or whatever, you know, needs to reach those people because, you know, if you even think what it takes to build one house, the time it takes, the labor it takes, the materials it takes, the money, and we've got thousands of families that through all of this that need rebuild or restructured, or, you know.
Yes. Yep. And they're not going to get it from anybody else but we the people.
Yeah.
Because we're not gonna get the help that we need, not right now, from our government staffs, from FEMA, from Red Cross. You know, it's sad that it has to come to that.
So every single person that is hearing my voice right now can be a hero. They can be a hero. And being a hero, you know, is literally giving of your heart to a stranger. You don't know those people. You don't know me, you know, but when you give for the right reasons, not only does it feel good, right, in your heart, but you too are setting an example, you know, for others, and spread that word, spread that joy, spread that love, you know, and and it will multiply.
Hey, Brenda, we're about 20 minutes past the hour.
Oh yeah, we are. Look at us.
We're just about an hour in for 5 minutes.
Yeah, we forgot to take our 5-minute break, didn't we? Why don't we go ahead and do that, and let's just catch a 5-minute break so that we can all get something to drink and what have you, and Nadine can collect herself again, and we might find something else to talk about. I'm kind of curious, Nadine. Should we show that video that you sent me, or should we wait and talk about that some different time?
No, you can play it.
Okay.
It's already out there.
Yeah, that's true. So we're going to take a 5-minute break. When we come back, I've got a video to show you guys on what some other stuff that's happening out there on the ground. That is really sad. And I don't know about the rest of you, but it pisses me off. I just want to go slap somebody. It's bad. But let me go ahead and come on now. All right, everybody, we will be back in 5 minutes. Stay with us. There we are again. But I am going to show a video that really disturbed me. But I knew in a way that it was going to happen.
And this is my friend Jeff. This isn't something that we found somewhere on the internet.
Yeah, it's been around on the internet.
I mean, it's
know
out there, but what I'm saying is this isn't a found video. This was one that was done by my friend Jeff, that is co-founder of FQXHOLE.
Yes. Okay. Let me get this all set up over here. Ooh. Boy, I'll tell you what. All right.
With the kids, if they don't have places to go, like if they don't have a camper or like something to go in,
Right.
they can't. They're closed.
CPS is coming to take
They're
them.
child engagement. Yes, that's what they're doing.
Even if they're living with neighbors and their parents, they're coming to take them.
I know if they're in that shelter and they don't have a safe place to go when they leave that shelter, they will take them. And we have DSS lady on our team, and she confirmed it. We went to the place today, the shelter. They confirmed it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, it's real.
They're taking the kids from the parents.
Yes, if they don't have a safe place to take them. And they're
Oh.
closing the shelters by Friday.
Oh
Well,
no.
I think there's a couple of places that are not.
The ones that, the ones we talked to
There's
are.
there's
Oh,
a couple
no.
of places that are not because, but one of the reasons why there's a church. Hold on, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
My
the one
phone
where
is
we,
inside.
the
I'll go
ones
get
that we
it.
know we need another meeting because the one we had this morning and the place we went to today, that's what they're doing.
No one's going to
This one place,
come
and I
up there
think
and
it's in
mess with
Burnsville,
us.
if I'm not mistaken.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You got a porta potty.
oh, the school.
Yeah,
The Red Cross is
What?
running that.
that they are doing
No.
that.
Yes,
Yes,
they are.
Really?
Really?
Yes,
today.
we
There was
went
something-
there.
I don't know if that's the right one.
We were there.
Now, is that the
Oh,
place that's got all of those cots, 3 meals a day, laundry service?
Yes.
hot
They have
towels?
to be out by
Is that the
Have
one
to be
Nils?
out by noon Friday.
Friday.
Noon Friday.
Is that-
See,
that's
and
the one Nils
everything
is
that has
talking
been
about?
going
The
around
Blue Ridge
on
Shelter.
I gotta look.
It's
No, that's why we're so like.
Wow.
Right.
Yes.
It's the
Yeah.
elementary
In it, because you
school.
know the seriousness
Yes,
of
and then
it.
like the lady, she's
Well,
Child
my
Protective
body.
Services, and she's on our team, and like she does
My
search and
body,
rescue
so
and all
wrap
that.
my
She
mind around it.
and she said it was real. Like I didn't believe it. I need you to tell me 5 times this is real. And she's like, it's real. And then we went to the shelter, and she said it's real.
Mm.
Like I couldn't wrap my head
Oh, my
around that
God.
being real.
Yeah.
We have a family
And
graveyard.
Like I still can't wrap my head around it being real.
and that's just the beginning. What they do. With
I
what they do
know.
with these children is.
And they're taking
is-
them to Asheville.
Oh no.
Great. My grandmother.
Oh no.
No, that's why we were just like.
James Pearl Holt fought in the Battle of Evans.
I mean, not even my kids, but I'm crying for them.
Uh,
This is a direct hit, right?
That's it.
That's why I'm
So awful what they're doing.
what are they doing with their?
So they have gone above and beyond ridiculous. It's bad enough these people have lost everything that they have, and now they're at threat of losing their own children.
And we know
Yeah.
what that's about.
Oh, yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do. And it's not good. Matter of fact, the people that usually watch this show, they know what it's about.
Yeah.
And it is the worst thing ever. I mean, even though they lost everything, they still all got away with their lives, but now they're going to lose their kids too. And we cannot let this happen.
No. And that's another reason why people are scared to come out and get any help, because if somebody knows and says something to somebody else, then they're at risk.
Yeah. Well, Nadine, I think that everybody has quite a bit of work to do still. There's a lot of things at hand here, and with the threat of losing children, it's kind of a speeded effort.
Yeah, that's why it is dire, because that's why our main focus is getting the funds to start either rebuilding, doing tiny homes, whatever it is to get these people into shelter. Not only, you know, for obvious reasons of the cold weather coming and everything, but to protect their own families.
Yes.
Keep families together.
Yeah.
Yes. Which that should be a no-brainer. I mean,
you would think.
How are you going to go to these people who lost everything and say, oh, well, now we're going to separate your family? No, no. If you think that you can house my child in a place to keep them warm and keep them safe, well, then you can take the mama with them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to do any, there should be no more separation for these people. No more. They've suffered enough.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have lost other family members.
Yeah.
They've done enough separation. Separating them from their kids. No.
So think of it this way as well. Our government has been talking about, you know, when we talk politics, talking about the other side separating the families at the border, but they don't care about separating their own the people of their own country.
Yeah. Right. Right. Absolutely. You know, it angers me. It upsets me and it angers me to no degree that they hold no shame in their game. None of them. No accountability, no shame, nothing. This is just the saddest thing ever.
No, so we all need to step up.
Yeah.
You don't want it happening to your family. And the thing is that, again, people think that, you know, out of sight, out of mind, or it's not affecting you in some way. It is affecting you, because as long as it's being allowed there, don't think it's not going to come to your back door someday, or that it couldn't come to your back door someday. So, you know, we have to stop making everybody's problems, it's just their problem. No, because there's a bigger picture here, you know, and when we have that mentality of it's their problem, that problem is going to swing back and kick you in the ass.
Karma is a bitch.
Yeah.
It sure is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is so sad. I really wish that Susie could have been here with us. She's been so busy and so wore out with everything that's been going on there. And, you know, Roger had his accident, so, you know, it's harder for him to do things. So she's been doing like double time. And she donated last time you were on the show, and she donated some of the canisters to be able to put the gas in for
good. Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah. Will went and picked him up. She's seen him before he went. So, you know, it's, everybody's got to pitch in to do a little something, something.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's fundraising, whether it's doing a show, getting the word out, whether it's actually donating $5, whether it's donating $100, you know, just, you know, donating of all sizes, of all sizes, children to adults, you know.
Everybody, see, this is where I think people don't have the mindset. I have fundraised my whole life on my own, just because that's just how I am. And so, you know, places where I've worked, we may have fundraised for something specific or whatever, but there have been people that have come into my life for whatever reason, and I knew that they were in trouble. And so I fundraised for them, right? It's not hard to do. Most of it is through Facebook. I just say I have such and such a situation. And because people trust me, because I know a lot of people and they know who I am, they shovel it out, you know, and I help people all the time. And so it's not even, you're not even running around a lot. You're not, you know, and I've done that too. I've gone from store to store, gift cards, all kind of stuff, you know, for people, you know, so like I said, people who want to, you know what they can do. That's what you can do. You can do that. You can do a sub sale, you know what I mean? You can just go on Facebook, say, listen, I found this organization that is helping, you know, these survivors, and I'm asking of you, of the people who know and love me, right, to donate so I can send this to them. Or you can go directly and send money to them.
Yeah.
That doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
I have a question. Are you guys able to release the names of those you are helping, or are you concealing them for protection? I'm just trying to find out more information. That's all.
Yeah, we would do whatever the person wants. I mean, we have photographs of everybody that's been around us. If somebody doesn't want to be photographed or doesn't want their name out there, we won't. But that would be up to the individual person. Like, I personally, all the photographs that I took when I was down there, I asked the people if they were okay with me posting it, because I posted it. This was before FQXHOLE Foundation. That transpired after my trip down there, and I couldn't let it go. I couldn't just do a trip and think that I did enough. So that's kind of how Jeff and I came, he's the one that thought of this idea, because I knew I wasn't going to stop. But I would ask them, if I could post them. And when I got their permission, what I did was, on a lot of the photographs, I went and edited them, and I put, if they were in Green Mountain or Bulladine, I put their name and I put the date. Some things I would say before Hurricane Helene, because they gave me before pictures of things. So I can show what something looked like before and now what it looks like. So, if people are open to that, I like to show people, because I think not that people want recognition, but I think they deserve it. I think that when you are giving of your heart like that, it should be shared for people to see that, okay, there are real people doing this, and they have a name and they have a voice, and this is where they're from. They're from this part of the country, and but if somebody would want to stay private, I wouldn't post anything.
All right. Yeah, you gotta respect people's privacy, And Norma, yes, you are right. Norma says that look at what they did to Haiti. Had the storms come in there just to displace families and separate and take their kids.
Yeah.
These people they are taking everybody's kids. The kids are being hunted. And a lot of people don't know this. And it's horrible,
Game theory.
Huh?
Game theory.
Yes.
Game theory.
And coming from a lot of people that do our shows, people that listen to our shows, I do run survivor shows of all different types, whether it is survivors of ritual sexual abuse, whether it is just being abused, period. We've all come from that type of walk of life. I know I have. And thank God I am still here today. Tommy, the same way, with everything that he went through. So we run a survivors thing here. And these people are also survivors. They may have not have been taken as children and put through sexual abuse or, sold, and all that stuff. But they're trying, people, to do the same with their children. And I'm not okay with that.
No, and these people were attacked.
Yes. Oh, yes, they were.
This was an attack.
Yeah. And they're still under attack.
Yeah.
So yes, it's not a very good feeling for people who are survivors to take, because all I can do is go through my mind and think, they get their hands on these kids. I know what's going to happen, and these people won't see their kids ever again. And it's not a very good feeling to me at all.
And I'll tell you, when you're down there, it's totally different when you see it with your own eyes, opposed to a video or photographs. It's something that I've never experienced in my life. You know, looking at, you're standing there just kind of looking around, and it doesn't even seem real. It's just, you almost think like, okay, am I dreaming right now? Because it's so hard to believe the destruction that is there. To stand in a place where children were probably playing in their backyard, and there's not only not a backyard anymore, there's no house, there's no foundation, there's nothing other than bedrock.
Yep.
And for as far as you can see.
Yeah.
So again, wherever you're sitting, look around you and imagine it being gone.
I think about that. I live in a shoebox, for crying out loud. My whole place might be 500 feet. But I have a roof over my head.
Yeah.
I have more than a lot of people do right now.
Yeah.
And I take the box, you know. I could be homeless right now myself, you know, in a wheelchair. I keep an eye on some people in Pennsylvania through the live cams, and I have people that live out there, and I tell them, look, you know, do you need blankets? Do you need this? Do you need that? Go get these people some blankets so that they're not cold, you know. And I was watching the other day, and there was a guy who I think he was on something, but he laid off the curb into the street. Some guy just started his cart and ran right over him like he meant nothing. You know, some of these people can't help where they're at. They can't help to be displaced. They can't help being homeless because society has deemed that it's okay for people to just live on the streets and not have anything.
Yeah.
When we are a country of wealth and we should have more.
Yeah.
Our vets should have more.
Absolutely.
You know, these people went over there and fought so we could walk on the ground that we walk on and have the things we do have, whether they suck or not, we still have them. For what? To be thrown out on the road later? You know, no, that is not acceptable. And no red-blooded frickin' American should not think that that is acceptable.
Right.
Angers me.
In more fluent communities, it's illegal to be homeless.
Oh. And then what do they do with them? Take them, round them up, and
take them to a less affluent neighborhood.
Yeah.
Or zip code, for real.
You know, they can open up these hotels, 5-star hotels. I'm sorry, Facebook. Excuse me. I give all credit to every hotel out there, and put illegals in them for months, and they don't have to pay nothing.
Yep.
But it's okay for our homeless people to live on the street, not get any help from our government, not even as much as food stamps.
Yep.
I mean, come on, these people work for us. So our country can be great, but our country can also be the most disgusting place I have ever known. And it is so sad.
Yeah.
So yes, the help that is being put forth to everybody is greatly needed, and it's greatly appreciated. And we all need to do that. We all need to set packs and a path to be able to help Nadine, help other people, and everybody else that's out there. You know, we all need to step up. Like you said, Nadine, we need to step up. We need to. And now that this whole thing is going on with these children, it's come to where it's a dire need now. It's no longer just they're trying to get this built and they're taking their time doing this and this. No, it is a dire need now. The country's children are at risk and in danger.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, you know, a lot of organizations, even though they say they're nonprofit and everything, they still will use their money for their own expenses of gas, travel, things like that. We don't do that. And we're not going to do that. The money that you give is going to go to somebody. I can pay for my own gas. You know, I can pay for my own meals when I go. I don't need people's donations to give that to me.
Right.
You know,
I have another question.
uh-huh.
So when somebody donates to you, how quickly is the implementation in helping people that are asking for the help?
So everything is fluid, right? So Jeff being there, if somebody needs something and brings it to his attention, it's like immediate. He's like, what can I get you? And it's like that day or the next day, he's out at the store, he's running this, him and his wife. That's why I feel bad being so far away, because they are from daylight to the end of the night, constant, all day long, you know? And so it's really reaching people, you know, it's trying, like they're trying so hard to find people who will tell us what they need, because people are too scared. So we're trying to get around that, to get people to understand that, you know, that we're here, we're not going anywhere, you know, and trying to find these families, you know, but it's a fluid thing, because we don't know who we're going to meet. You know, he doesn't know what family he may meet tomorrow and what their needs are. But we're on it immediately. And if the money's there, that's where it's going. We don't have this system where, oh, well, you don't need that much and this one needs this much. It's kind of like, well, you got to me right now and you need that, so we're going to go do that. And then the next person, you know, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. So
Yeah.
you're helping in real time
Yes.
with anybody who needs the help that asks for it.
Yes.
So that's amazing. Thank
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
amazing, because the government can never do that. I mean,
No.
they'd have to do a impacts survey, and then have 6 consultants come in, and then by the time it's all said and done, they've already spent all the money that they've raised for it.
Yeah.
And they decide to go in a different direction.
So I'll give you an example. The young lady I spoke about earlier, who jumped in and said, I'll do all of your media, all your social media. She did that beautiful video. She's doing this all for free. She's donating her time. Okay. This poor young woman, she's a young mom of a little girl, and she has Lyme's disease. And she's not doing well. She lost her job. There's just a lot going on. And I started talking to her about ivermectin, and she was like, oh my God, you're a godsend, because she said, like a week ago, wanted to learn and, know a little bit more about it. And I said, well, girl, I'm going to tell you all about it. So even though she is not a victim of the hurricane, this is part that I've said in other videos. So our foundation says disaster relief and veteran aid. Well, disaster relief doesn't have to be a natural disaster, okay? Because there's all kinds of disasters in people's lives. And so we're not going to limit to a natural disaster, okay? So I talked with Jeff, and he was immediately on board, as I knew he would be. We bought her a case of ivermectin and had it sent to her.
Nice.
Yeah.
So there was a woman when I was down there who needed special baby formula. It was one that I'd never heard of. Her baby, it's called Pure Amino. And I looked everywhere. Every church we stopped at, I looked to see if it was there. In the Bulladine Community Center, I scoured, okay, and I could not find it. And so I got her name and phone number, and I got on Amazon. She gave me her parents' address because she lost her home, and I sent her 8 cans, and it's $60 a can.
Wow.
So she needed it.
Yeah.
You know, so I got on Amazon and ordered it right away.
Very nice.
Yes.
And now with her, the guy from Kentucky, he wanted to know if we knew of anybody with specific needs because of his church wanting to help. And so I gave her name. And so now they I think are stepping in now to help her.
Good. Well, we are getting ready to run out of time. So Nadine, once again, please tell everybody where they can find you and donate. And we do have it scrolling across the bottom of the screen also.
Yeah.
Then that way people can pitch in and help.
Yeah. So our Facebook page is FQXHOLE Foundation. It's FQXHOLE Foundation. Our website is foxholefoundation.org. On both, there is a donation button. And if you go on our Facebook page and you want to contact us, you can message us. I've given my personal phone number out to a lot of people. So if you message me, I will give you my phone number because that's easier for me to get a text right away. I don't always check emails and messages, but I'll get a text. So I prefer that because I don't want people waiting for an answer. So if you have a question or want to donate or whatever, you can message first. I'll give you my personal number and then we can stay in communication.
Very good. All right, everybody. Anybody got any last thoughts there, Tommy?
I would say, I don't know if you guys would think about maybe doing like an online auction of art and stuff. Get some folks from the artist community to donate some stuff. I'm an artist.
We can do that with your stuff anyways, Tommy, if you want to. We can run a show to do auctions for that and go ahead and raise it and send it out to Nadine. That would be a good thing to do too.
I've got a box truck full of art.
Awesome.
Right?
Literally.
So yeah, we can
Let me
that
also say really quick, for some reason, I don't understand where the problem has come in. Some people have contacted us saying that when they click our link, it says that it's broken.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really understand that because it's been about a handful of people from around the country. But then we've got donations coming in. So we don't know where the problem is. We don't know how to fix it because we don't know what's going on with that. So please don't give up on us. If that is a problem, reach out to me and we can figure out, you can either maybe mail a check or we'll figure something else out. But just please don't give up on donating if that happens to pop up for you, because we don't know why. We're in the process of getting our bank account. Jeff had to finish some things up with the lawyer first to be able to open a bank account. And then we're going to change that link. We're going to do something completely different because the link we have, it's through PayPal and they take fees. So we're going to try to find something that doesn't take fees. So just this is all new to us and we're working diligently on everything. So just please be patient with us and know that we're trying to get everything taken care of.
I'd like to recommend the app called Zelle, Zelle.
Okay.
It connects to bank accounts, but there's no fee as far as I'm concerned. I've used it a lot, and it deposits directly into the bank accounts.
Okay.
So that's one option. I just wanted to share that because
yeah,
I
thank you. Yeah, we'll look into that.
Yeah. All right, everybody. So do everything that you can do. Please share this video out. Check out SG Anon's feeds. He does this stuff and he's helping also. And Steve and Glenn are going to go ahead and get set up with Nadine to do some shows. And hopefully we can get Rob in there on that too. So we're going to help spread this around so it gets out to a lot of people. Because they could use all the help that they need all the help they can get. So
we can't succeed without you. We can only do so much, so we need all of you.
It takes a village.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you have my platform. I have over 2,000 subs on YouTube. I also have TikTok that goes to, I believe, 3,400 people.
Awesome.
And Instagram goes to, I think 3,500 on Instagram. So I'll be spreading everything that we do into Reels on those platforms so that it's accessible to more people.
Right. Awesome.
And like you said, that's what it's all about. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to use my platform to get your message out.
Thank you so much. I appreciate everything.
Yes, and thank you so much, Nadine, for coming on.
Yeah.
And get a hold of me tomorrow when you find out some more information.
Okay.
Like I said, if we have to, we can just throw a show together real quick.
Sounds
It's not
good.
a problem. Because it is dire need right now, and it does need to happen. It needs to happen quick.
Yeah.
So we're going to get this all out there for you as much as possible. And everybody keep an eye on the your things that you get on the shows, and keep an eye out for them for Nadine to come back and everything else that we do. And we are going to go ahead and get out of here. And everybody, like always, please be kind to one another. And God bless y'all, and have a good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night, guys.
Goodbye for now, from Beyond the Box.
Please join us again for Beyond the Box, Friday and Saturday evenings, from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern. Join us for more intel bombs from our extraordinary guests.
Good night, Putin. Good night, Tucker.